Hi, One Forum News brings you the best. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Your comment and all likes will be highly appreciated. Why is it that Kenny Kunene, that's the deputy to Mackenzie himself, that's getting Mackenzie, is in the news and being dragged all over the place by anybody that matters? They are dragging him. It's all about an arrest that was made at the place that he was present. This is about the arrest of the mastermind, the alleged mastermind of DJ Sumbody. DJ Sumbody happened to be someone very famous musician in South Africa who was killed in the 2021-2022 thereabouts in South Africa, and now the arrest has been effected successfully. That is one Katiso Molefe. They normally call him the KT. He happened to be the one that was fingered when it comes to this very as the mastermind of the killing or the shooting or the brutal elimination of DJ Sumbody. And unfortunately for Kenny Kunene, he was present in the home of this man before the arrest was made. Kenny Kunene happened to be the MMC for the transport in one of the provinces of South Africa, and is someone that is very influential when it comes to the politics of South Africa, a deputy to getting Mackenzie, that's the Patriotic Alliance Party, as well as he handles a lot of things, a lot of businesses. But what is his story? All that is telling us that he was there not as a criminal or as a witness to any crime or was involved in any manner of crime, but he was there as someone that is mentoring a journalist. What is he saying? He's something that we call alibi, but it may not apply to this because he was right there at the scene before the other people were arrested. He was also has to lie on the floor. That is how those people behave when they are getting to arrest someone as notorious, quote unquote, like Molefe. So all that he was saying was he was there, though he was there, he was even in the driveway. He wasn't even out or in the house or in the building before this, but he was in the compound with a young journalist that he was taking there in order to help that young journalist to interview this man that we are calling Katiso Molefe. So they were there, and all of a sudden, the police service, that's a very great unit of the police service of South Africa, landed there, and they all have to go down because this may happen to anybody. But this very one, the excuses that Kenny Kunene is given, that is what is making the whole case very big, and the role that he's playing as MMC in one of the provinces in South Africa, that is why this is out of proportion. Should it be me that was present there before that man? It was a target arrest. It's not that they were being caught in the act of committing crime. No, but maybe a houseboy or a friend or someone that is not politically connected or politically influenced. Could it be that? It may not be a big show, but what even made it wise or very, very, very brutal or even worse off was what Kenny Kunene himself did. He had a very bad way of approaching when it comes to the PR. Things like this, most of us that dwell in the PR and whine with PR, we can say that he handled this very badly. You don't have to go to the media house to go and explain yourself. Things like this, all that you have to do is to pen things down, write things down, and issue a press statement. A press statement may come out with a follow-up question or an arranged interview. But for you to take yourself to the media, jumping from one media house to the other, trying to defend yourself, you may end up more incriminating yourself as you are doing, because most people here in all over the place in the media, they are criticizing you now that all the stories that you are telling seems to be false. Why? Because this very paper or this very news house that you are saying or alleging or saying that is what took you there, that's the African News Global. That's something that you are telling us that you are the owner, and for some time now they've not been working. So you brought in this new journalist to be able to revive this channel. That is something nice and great for your party as well as yourself. News channels are very important when it comes to political party and politics in general. You need something to be able to put your things there. You are calling it an exclusive interview with Molefe, that's Katiso Molefe. But unfortunately, this has landed you in a very bad trouble, in a very bad way. You can just issue instruction for people, your lawyers or assistants, to put a press statement out there, and one of them may be able to answer the questions. When you are formally invited to a committee or commission or even court, it's then that you start speaking. But once you just go out of your own volition to talk, a journalist, they will ask you questions that will put you into trouble, land you into trouble, as you are seeing yourself now. Now, your boss, I'm talking about getting Mackenzie, that's the leader of your party, has suspended you for 30 days. But what? The good news is he is saying that, you can't do that. But let's take a look at why this is being blown out of proportion. Kenny Kunene, have a very bad past history. I'm talking about how he was in prison for many years before he was released in the early part of 2000. Yes, this is a guy that was convicted and served, not was serving, but served many years in prison for fraud and robbery. That should tell you why these 10, quote unquote, the criminal allegedly that have been arrested. I'm talking about Katiso Molefe and Kenny Kunene. Though he's saying that he's not a reformed person, a changed person, and a very astute politician when it comes to South Africa politics, it's very difficult for us to believe whatever that he's putting on. Once you were there, we will assume that this is your friend. But he came to tell all of us that, oh, he's not even a friend. He's not someone that he has even spoken with before. They only met once when it comes to a party that he was, and the man was also present, but he's not a friend. But he was able to arrange a meeting and an interview with this man so that he can be able to influence whatever that the young journalists will be able to put out there. But here you are in this very big trouble. But investigations are still on. His boss, I'm talking about Getty McKenzie, is saying that they will bring in people to investigate him. But this probation, he's already saying that Kenny is innocent. Why will you put someone on suspension and be prejudging the outcome of the investigation? That's also a question to be answered. But what? You can't blame Getty McKenzie for that. That's his way of doing things. He's having trust and belief in this man, because this is the man that they were in prison together. They came out together and be running businesses together. So plus or minus, Kunene, that's Kenny Kunene, may know some serious secrets about Getty McKenzie, so he would not be able to ditch him just like that or take him out down complete. That's why you need to still have faith in him. Let us see how things will go after the 30 days, as well as if the investigations, let's see if the webs are connected, if his name, Kenny Kunene, will be seen somewhere when it, because this is the man I'm talking about. Katiso Molefe is known to be someone that is well connected when it comes to the political powers in South Africa, as well as the security services. So now that you had them arrest joint or the home in which the man was arrested, you are in a big trouble. But let's see that this will be handled further going. Let the politicians learn how to handle issues like this so that they will not end up incriminating themselves more. Please, for more about discussions and analysis like this, kindly subscribe to this channel when it comes to anything and everything about politics of Africa and historical antecedents, and anything and everything about crime and security will be right here to bring you the best. Your comments and your likes will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much, and kindly subscribe to this channel, One Forum News. Thank you.